Hi, everyone. It's Mary, live from New York, your real life housewife of New York, coming to you with her Real Housewife of New Jersey podcast. And I'm covering season 12, episode 1, Smoke, Mirrors, and Foggy Diamonds. You guys have no idea how hyped I am that Real Housewives of New Jersey is back. Oh my God, guys. This is one of my favorite franchises next to Beverly Hills. I would say New Jersey is my favorite franchise, and Beverly Hills is second. So I'm going to jump right in there so I could see what the major storylines are going to be this season. Louis and his video, and Jennifer and the affair. Now, I could just see this coming. This is going to be lasting at least the next 10 episodes, people. That's one thing about New Jersey. They stretch their storylines, and I could see this lasting for at least the next 10 episodes. So here we go. We start off with Teresa and her girls eating in the rain. Why were they eating in the rain? I didn't get that. So they go out by the pool. They're all sitting there and they're talking. And, Teresa's house is on the market. It's finally selling, it looks like. And Louis will be moving in with his youngest son. And they're going to be living with a man for the first time in 6 years. And that means no more naked sunbathing for Teresa. And Gia, once again, is the voice of reason. She's like, Mom, I know Louis a great guy and everything, but still, it's only been a year since you guys have been together, and it is kind of fast, but we all know Teresa. She loves her Louis. And like Margaret says, Teresa does like to sugarcoat things. We all know that. Teresa will not admit anything is wrong until it comes down to the very last second, as we've seen past history. She would not admit anything was wrong between her and Joe Judice, with the whole fraud case until she was practically going away to camp and they closed the door behind her. So, anyway, why was Teresa, when she said knock on wood, she was knocking on her head? Maybe because her head is made out of wood. I found that really funny. So Louis going to be moving in and everything's going to be all happy, happy, happy. But of course, there's a problem. Louis not happy with Joey because apparently Joey was joking about him at the Atlantic City show, which I was at, by the way, people. Check out our Kiki and Kibit's Twitter or Instagram and check out my pictures. Frank Catania kissed me. That was a highlight of my life. Right here, people. He kissed me. So, anyway, Louis not too happy about Joey cracking jokes. And there's this video going around with Louis. And people, I watched the video. So, this was in the past. Apparently, he went away to some type of retreat and he was apologizing to an ex girlfriend. Now, he's on the beach and he's with a bunch of men and they're naked. And he looks like, honestly, that they beat the crap out of him, dragged him, like Margaret said, through a river, a stream, an ocean, a beach, down a mountain. I mean, God knows what. And then he is like terribly sunburned. He looks worse for wear. And he's basically begging for forgiveness. And the guys are like all behind him. And let me tell you, like Margaret said, I wouldn't want to cross these guys in the dark alley. They look scary as fuck, people. So these guys are behind him and they're like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. And it was just a really strange cult like video. That's all I have to say. It was just really strange, people. So he wasn't happy with Joey joking about it. And, like Joey said later on in the episode, when the question was thrown out at him at the show, he was put in, a weird position and he joked about it. What was he going to do? I was personally at the show and I think he handled it pretty well. I mean, he threw out a joke and he said, I wish at this moment I wasn't, at this moment, I'm missing Joey Judice even more, which, whatever. So Dolores is still gorgeous as usual. And my beef with this episode is there was not enough Frank Catania. And Frank Catania has a new girlfriend. What the fuck, Frank? I thought we had a bond. You said you could fit me in your pocket. I told you you smelled really good. Frank, I thought we had a bond. Why the fuck are you with this new chick that has big boobs? I got big boobs, Frank. Come on. I know I'm a little old, but what the fuck? I've already told my husband you're my hall pass. Why are you with this young chick in Texas? So my beef was there was not enough Frank Catania on this episode, but we got to see Frankie Jr. So anyway, Dolores is gorgeous as usual, but her house is still not done, and Frank is fucking up. Frank, you need to concentrate on Dolores in your house. You took on the project, finish it. Don't be a typical man. So anyway, Margaret and Jackie are meeting, and Jackie's like, do you think Teresa's going to talk about the video at her pool party? And Margaret, in her typical drama queen fashion, I'm sorry, I know there's a lot of Margaret Joseph fans out there, but she just likes to stir the pot, and she's such a drama queen. She's like, oh, Teresa's going to sugarcoat it, but this is oh so serious. This is such a red flag. And I agree, it is a red flag, but we all know from prior past history that you could try to tell Teresa until you're blue in the face. Teresa is not going to listen. You are just going to make an enemy out of her. She is going to go after you until you wished you were dead. So don't bother. Let her find out on her own. But Margaret, in her typical shit stirring ways, is like, oh, Louis has to address the video. That's the only way it's going to go away. And any rational person knows this, but this is Teresa's world. Love and life and namaste, and love and life and namaste. She doesn't, does not confront anything, and everything is perfect. So now we get to meet Tiki Barber and his wife, which I guess Tracy's going to be a friend of this season. So Melissa and Joe are out to dinner. They're so glad they finally get out of the house. And lo and behold, Tiki and his wife Tracy has been longtime friends of theirs, and they've hung out so many times. And this is the first time they get to hang out since the pandemic. So Joey's talking about Louis and the whole situation, and he's saying that he's liked him so much when they first met. He loved him, but now he's not so crazy about him because all the rumors. And Tracy is quick to point out in her story that how her and Tiki met. Tiki apparently has 4 children from his first wife. If you guys don't know his backstory, Tiki is a legendary Giants football player, sports commentator, and he has 4 children with his ex-wife. So when his ex-wife was 8 weeks pregnant with their last child, apparently Kiki left, and let's see. Oh yes, Kiki left his wife, and he met Tracy when about 5 months into their separation, and the headlines exploded, guys. So Tracy's basically trying to make a point that you cannot believe everything that you read, and you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. So to make a long story short, Joey's not too crazy about Louis, but Tracy is, saying that maybe you should give the guy a benefit of the doubt. So anyway, Joey mentioned that Louis invited him to this retreat when they first met. And after seeing this video, Joey's glad that he didn't take him up on the invitation, I bet. So then we get to Jennifer. Jennifer got a fucking nose job and a chin job, people. And I think she should have left her nose alone. I'm not being a hater. I have nothing against plastic surgery. You want to tweak yourself, totally up to you, people. But in my personal opinion, and I'm going to repeat, this is my opinion, Jennifer's nose was fine before, and she should have left well alone. And her chin, I really don't see a big of a difference, but I think she should have left everything well alone. I think she was fine before. So Bill was not her surgeon. because when Bill did her tummy tuck or whatever the fuck it was, she was a horrible patient. So basically, she got her nose and her chin job done by a plastic surgeon from Turkey that she found on Instagram. And as she clarified on Instagram, she was in communication with him for over a year and a half. So it wasn't like some random dude that she just found while she was in Turkey. And while she was visiting her brother and his wife and the baby, she got her nose and her chin done. And more importantly, while she was over in Turkey, her and her mom made up, and she's hoping that this will last when her mom gets back from Turkey. So we'll see. So before she's getting ready to go to the pool party, she was just, talking to Bill, and she tells Bill that she was just defending herself with those Instagram posts that Margaret and Melissa are so upset with her about. After the reunion, there were some posts that were put out there that basically Jennifer called Margaret a snake and said that Melissa and Joey were crooks. So Melissa, Margaret, and Jackie are upset at Jennifer because, they feel like Jennifer is the snake in the bitch. And Jennifer is basically saying that she was just defending herself, that they were all coming at her. They're a bunch of mean girls. So they get to the party, and at first Joe wasn't going to go to the party because he's upset because he feels like everybody is portraying him out to be the bad guy. He's like, my nieces are mad at me because I said some things about their father, which I feel is true, but my nieces want me to take it back, and I'm the bad guy. Teresa's mad at me, and Louie's mad at me. So why am I going to go to this party? But Teresa called him, apologized, and he decided to come. So it's the day of the pool party, and there's pineapples everywhere. And I know I probably said this before, but I love the fact that Dolores's dog's name is Dog. That cracks me up every time when she's like, come here, dog. And I realized that it's because her dog's name is Dog. So Dolores is like, this video is the pink elephant in the room, which cracked me up every time she said pink elephant. And so Teresa's out there talking about, this is my house. I want everybody to be, love and happy and positive. So Dolores is like, oh, did you hear what happened in Atlantic City and what Joey said about the video, about Louis? He said, at this moment, I'm, missing Joey Judice even more. And Teresa said, oh, how sweet. I like that. And Dolores and the rest of us are like, what the fuck? Dolores is like, I wouldn't like that. No, that isn't okay. Meanwhile, Teresa's like, it's really nobody's business about what Louis feels. So I'm just going to act like everything's okay, Miss Queen of Sugarcoating. So anyway, Louis arrives, dun dun dun, and he immediately, because he's Teresa's partner, he has it down pat also, acts like everything's fine. Walks right over to Joey. Hi, how are you? Lovey, lovey. And Joey's like, okay, whatever. So here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Jennifer shows up. And Melissa and Jackie and Margaret are standing there in their little mean girl group. And Teresa's like, hi, Jackie. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my God, I said Jackie. Hi, Jennifer. So Jennifer gets, she goes over, she goes, say hi. And Jackie looks at her immediately and says, oh my God, her nose looks horrible, and practically cracks up in her face, which was very mean, Jackie. You could have walked away before you started cracking up in her face. She was just like, her nose looks horrible. Oh my God, she got her nose done. It looks horrible. Margaret's like, she looks unrecognizable, and none of them said hi to her. So Jennifer's like, oh my God, this is so awkward. She goes and she tells Teresa, did you see the three of them just walk past me and, didn't say hi to me? And Teresa's like, oh, Because, Teresa's oblivious to everything. And she's like, Jackie, Melissa, and Margaret are being so mean to me. And she's like, did you talk to Jackie? Would you like me to go get Jackie? So she goes and she gets Jackie. And we all know Jackie is totally intimidated by Teresa. She will do anything Teresa asks her to, just not to piss her off, because she does not want to be on Teresa's bad side. So Teresa's like, Jackie, come here. And Jackie's like, okay. So she goes over there and she's like, oh, Jennifer wanted to say hi. Here, cheers. Love, life, positivity, and namaste. And meanwhile, Jackie's like, shoot me in the fucking head. I don't want to be here. So Teresa walks away. And Jackie and, Jennifer's like, I don't understand. Did I do something to you? I thought we left off on a good note. And Jackie's like, yes, you did. Margaret's one of my good friends, and you have done nothing but be a mean fucking bitch to her. I'm going to put this, I'm going to summarize this for you people. Jackie's like, well, basically, you've been a mean fucking bitch to Margaret. You tried to get in between me and Margaret's friendship. You lied on Margaret. You lied on Melissa. And no, I don't want to deal with somebody like you. And Jennifer breaks out the tears. Jackie, being the compassionate person that she is, feels sorry for her and tells her, well, if you're a friend to me, I'll be a friend to you. Margaret and her ponytail, as petty as they are, standing there watching this whole conversation, she's like, I need to go drag Jackie away. So she goes over there, and this is where Jennifer and Margaret's conversation basically happened. So Jennifer tells Margaret that the snake comment was tit for tat. And Margaret's like, what are you going to learn, Jennifer? It's not all about the money. It's not all about the materialistic things. It's just, you are just not honest, Jennifer. You are not honest. You are judgmental. And I just cannot deal with you. Joe Gorga is like, somebody's going to wind up in the pool. Margaret tells Jennifer and Teresa, Bill is just making up the mistakes for his past, giving her all this money and all these materialistic things. Jennifer's like, what do you know? Teresa comes over. She's like, everybody's okay here. Love and light and namaste in my house, because I'll start fucking flipping over tables. Don't play with me, people. Love and namaste. So Jennifer's like, Teresa, she keeps saying I'm not being honest. And Margaret's like, I'm not doing this here. I'm not doing this here. But no, you're not being honest. You've done nothing but judge me and my mother. Then it shows the flashback where Jennifer's like, I can't relate to people that have affairs, with married men and get into relationships with married men. And the way that you met your husband was so sketchy and basically being judgmental. And Jennifer's like, no, I'm not. I'm not judgmental at all. And then she's like, everybody has skeletons in their closet. And Margaret just keeps saying, you think you're better than everybody else. You are judgmental. You think you're above everybody else. And Jennifer's like, everybody has skeletons in their closet. And Margaret's like, you just, Bill is perfect. Bill is perfect. And Jennifer's like, you can't take how honest I am. That is your problem. And this is where Margaret drops the bomb of the episode and where the episode ends. Margaret turns around and says, listen, everyone knows, Jennifer, that Bill had an affair, that he had to leave his old job because he was having an affair with the office manager for 2 years. And Jennifer's like, well, you know something, bitch? Get the facts straight. She was the pharmaceutical rep. Boom. Episode over. So, guys, this is going to be a messy season, and the two main storylines are going to be Louie's video and Bill Aiden's affair with the pharmaceutical rep and how he mixed it up with materialistic things. If you guys have a chance, you should Google the video. It's really interesting. Hope you enjoyed my recap. See you next week. Thanks, guys. Please subscribe if you don't. And please follow us on Instagram, Kiki and Kibbitz, Kiki and Kibbitz, and on Twitter without the and. Thanks so much. Have a good night. Bye.